Hello there guys, Francis Gray here. Today I've got a new model custom to show you all. This is the new assassin Bayek from the new upcoming hit game Assassin's Creed Origins. The new game is set in ancient Egypt, and rumour has it that this is the game that shows how the Assassin's Creed came to be. So I decided to make a one-off custom, based on the main assassin. The game isn't out yet, so I only basically had photo stills and the odd gameplay video to basically create this character from. The statue measures 10 inches tall by 6.5 inches wide, and the main figure itself is mainly Aves epoxy. The under skeleton, I suppose, was from a Game of Thrones statue of a character called Grey Worm. The reason why I decided to choose that statue was that it was a very simplistic pose. Already came with a shield and already came with a spear. So everything that this character has. So all I had to do basically was strip it down, really grind away at the chest area, and then rebuild that up with Aves epoxy to build like a new torso. And then sculpt on top of that, so you got like the assassin robes, the sash, that new like orangey kind of yellowish sash as well, front and back. Yeah, and then just make all the individual pouches and the quiver, and yeah, and then just basically build it up from there. So obviously we've got the main shield. That's the main eye catcher of the statue. It's been created. This was all sculpted on top of the original shield, and I added some little scratch marks. I don't know if they're showing up on the camera, but there's little scratch marks where he's obviously been in battle before. The Egyptian sword, that originally I made that from a toothpick, because all the Egyptian swords seem to come out and then they have this like weird design, like they'll come out and they'll protrude out and curve back in. So I thought, what's long, thin, but has a curve on it? And then I end up getting find these like denture stick things that you use to clean your teeth, and yeah, and then basically I just put that on the end of a little plastic toy sword that I had, and then just sculpted over the handle, and yeah, and then made a really nice little replica Egyptian sword. This pouch part was all sculpted from Aves epoxy again. The head cloth, same again. That's all sculpted with Aves. Same with the shoulder armor. Same with the right hand gauntlet. The spear is the same spear that I used from the Grey Worm statue, but the statue the spear came in two parts, and by the time you put both parts together it came out to about here, so about there, and good luck getting that into a display cabinet or a display case. So I had to basically create it so it looked like it was snapped. So for two reasons: one, it made it look a little bit more dramatic, and two, it made it so it was easy to display, and it kept the statue a little bit more central. So yeah, I think it turned out really nice, the main assassin. I also included a hidden blade there that's protruding from where the assassins cut their finger off, so the hidden blade can come out easier. So it's just a nice little Easter egg. You wouldn't see him originally if you displayed him, but if you do decide to go looking, it is a nice little Easter egg there. Took a lot of time painting the arm tattoos, the very intricate and delicate little designs. So it took me a while to paint them by hand. The quiver, you'll notice that there is no arrows in there. The reason why I didn't have no arrows is because I didn't really want to make a bow and arrow, the bow for them, because I thought if I added the bow as well, it's going to be too over the top, and I didn't really want to take away from the figure itself. So I decided not to model the bow. So obviously no bow, there's no need for the arrows. Now, I know people might say, well, if there's no arrows, there's no point of having a quiver. But in all the reference photos that I could find, he always seems to have that quiver on him. So, yeah, I basically decided to just create the quiver, keep it hollow, so if for one day I ever do decide to make the bow for him or the arrows, they can easily just be made and slotted in there. So yeah, so I'll just leave that as is for now. That's more or less it for the main figure. It's, like I said, it's probably like 70% Aves epoxy. Getting back to the base, I featured just a basic sand base. That's not real sand, that's scenic sand scatter, which you can get from any good model railway shop. It's basically just to recreate beaches. So I decided to make it look a little bit more like he was like in the wilderness of Egypt. So a part that isn't maintained. So yeah, so you got some protruding bones here. So you got a bone there, you got a lizard here, you got a bone there. You've got a partially submerged rib cage to a soldier, some arm bones, you got a skull. I modelled some sand inside the socket of the skull to make it look like sand has accumulated inside. And also a helmet, so the skull's still in the helmet. I suppose the closest helmet is probably a Roman helmet. I do believe that Romans do appear in the game, because I've seen some images of Julius Caesar, so I'm expecting some fights up against Romans. And then the rest of the base, I painted it gold, like black and gold, and added these like little red jewels, these little red ruby squares, basically just to get across that it was Egypt. And then I made a little Origins nameplate to go on the front there. I was gonna mucky that up a little bit and age it, but then I watched a documentary where Ubisoft said that they wanted Egypt to come across as like a flourishing city, and it was all new, and yeah, it wasn't like old and decrepit, and it was so it was all new. So I thought if I weathered it and aged it, it would clash against the idea. So I kept it clean and neat, I suppose. I'll give you a quick zoom in. So as you can see there's the scarab beetle with wing shield. You might see some little cuts and grooves. I don't know if they're showing up on the camera or not. Apologies if not. It's all been varnished over, so it reflects off the light, which is quite nice. Dark grey behind, obviously features the two straps. Then there's obviously the sword. You can't really see the sword while the shield's there. Obviously back pouch, quiver, sash, this side belt buckle thing. A lot of detail went into the tattoos and this right hand gauntlet. A lot of work went into the shoulder armour as well, and then quite a lot of work went into that pouch. And then getting down to the base, I didn't want to overload the base. I didn't want to make it too detailed, because I just figured, well, Egypt is probably going to be like a wide open space in some areas, especially in the wilderness areas. There will be wildlife to probably hunt and kill and collect. So I just basically kept it dry bones that have been, sandblasted with sandstorms, and then obviously a little lizard, and and then just getting down to the base itself, which is just quite simplistic, but suits the tone of the setting of the game. So hope you enjoyed that, guys. Please don't forget to click the like button and share on Facebook and Twitter, because it helps new people find my channel, which I'm always appreciative of. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe for future videos and model kit reviews and statue reviews, etc. And nothing else to say, but thank you for watching, and see you next time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.